Yay! I was trying to make sure that it went live, and then it went live without me realizing it. Okay. I'm going to pin a comment for you because today I'm going to be taking you through, let me type this in real quick. I'm going to be taking you through a method I use for my signs, and I want you to have a link if you want to join a class that teaches this method. So there's that comment. Okay, great. All right, as you hop on, let me know that you're here and that you're live. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to try my best to go live every Wednesday at 11. So this is the time. Let me fill you in for a minute. So I homeschool my kids, but I have a friend that is helping me and we swap out. So she works on Mondays, I work on Wednesdays, and so we're doing a swap thing, and I'm so grateful for her. So that lets me be able to come live here with you. So here we are with a sign that I have repurposed from this to this. So it started out as this little Hobby Lobby. Hey, Becky, good morning. It started out as this Hobby Lobby sign I got on clearance for $2.24. So if you check up and down your aisles, sometimes you can find those. I love to see those little orange stickers at Hobby Lobby because, as most of you know, my dad works with me and he builds most of my signs. But I wanted to show you options for if you don't have a daddy that can build all your wood signs, So these are very repurposed. So we're going to start from this, and I have painted it yellow. Of course, I didn't bring the paint in, but it was Waverly chalk paint. It was this kind of paint, but I painted it in the other room, so I don't have it with me, but it was a maize color. So I'm going to grab my paint pen that I'm excited to use. Y'all, hey, Judy, this is a recommendation from my friend Jennifer. I don't think she's here live yet, but she may pop on in a little bit. But my friend Jennifer uses this Faber-Castell pen on her door hangers, and she's a hand lettering artist too. Her page is called Canvas Sign Designs, and I wanted to give it a try. So I told her, I said, I ordered one of those pens that you use. So we're going to try it out today, and we'll see how it goes. I'm all about trying things for the first time on the page with you live. So this will either be, and honestly, I've seen her use it so much that I'm really comfortable thinking like it'll be a hit. So first we're going to start off with, and I picked this pretty yellow color for fall. So let's see. I'm going to check things out real quick on here. All right, good to go. I'm going to do the phrase choose joy. And look, if you are in my digital dust class, you know that I give these templates that you could trace on here and make it like a kind of like your guide in a template, but I'm not doing that today. I'm going to freehand it. And here's why. I want you to see, hey, Karen, I want you to see it done freehanded because I believe that you can do this too. And when I watch people in the beginning, it really helped me gain confidence. Like, oh, I see what she did there. I can do that too. So instead of using a template today, I'm going to freehand it. And we're going to do choose joy. And I have done this design before many times. Hey, Anna. But I'm going to start out with the J, and then we're going to have choose right here. So up first, I'm going to do this. Oh, look. And by the way, this is the first time I'm using this pen. And it's actually not a paint pen. So it is called, I read about it. It's called a marker, but it can be used on signs. The last time I was live, Sandy asked me if I could use these pens that I got from the Dollar Tree. I mean, not Dollar Tree, Dollar General. She asked, could they be used on signs? And I don't think they can because they're like a water base. But these Faber-Castells, they are like a rich ink is what I read. So I'm going to come in and add thickness on that downstroke, come back into the upstroke to kind of hide that transition, and then fill in. I'm going to make it a little thicker. All right. So I'm loving this, by the way. This is like so much smoother than a paint pen. Oh my goodness. Where has this pen been my whole life? That's pretty nice. Because it's smooth. I don't know if y'all can tell from the video how smooth that's going on. But anyway, I wanted you to see that you can do this too. So basically I draw the bones of the letter, and then I'm going to come in and add thickness to the downstrokes. All right. And then here was a downstroke. So I add in thickness there and there. Now this one does have more of a brush tip, but I'm not really focusing on how hard I'm pressing because it's such a large design that it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to come down, up, and notice right here, I really need to pay attention to not come back down on top of that upstroke. This is where I always like to say space it out. So I'm going to have that gap right there. See, I'm going to come down, around, and then just to do a little filler flourish, I'm going to do that. Okay, now I'm going to come in on those downstrokes here. Come on the outside because I don't want to mess up that upstroke right here. See, I had to come on the outside to not interfere with that. Here I went down, and here I went down. So I'm going to fill that in right there. So there's joy. And then I'm going to come in right, choose right here. Now, I can tell, can you see that little bit of shine? It's still a little wet. So I'm going to have to be very careful to not let my palm of my hand press on it. But I'm going to just kind of go over the top a little bit. I'm going to lean on this and see how I can get this in here. Good. So this will be in print because there's a brush tip. There was a little bit of a transition line there. Oh, because guess what? My class does not just teach the calligraphy side. It also teaches the print, font. I hate using the word font because it's hand lettering. So print hand lettering, and also numbers, banners, and all those things too. Anything you need for your hand letter designs. Okay, I'm getting really nervous because I don't want to press my palm down, but I feel like I need to kind of rest it a little bit. Coming in here. And I even have a whole lesson. Okay, look, it did not get on my palm. Yay. So this dried really fast. I even have a whole lesson on how you design your layouts and like the whole thought process I have behind how to lay out your designs. But y'all, oh my goodness, that was like such a quick sign to do. Look how cute that is. Oh my goodness. I love this pen. So I don't really have any other signs prepped, but I did bring in some of these digital dust designs to show you. Use a hairdryer to speed up the drying process. That's a great idea, Becky. But honestly, look, I mean, it's still a little bit shiny, but it's dry. Like, I'm so impressed. These are some good markers. All right. So actually I have one more prepped. I forgot about that. But I don't know. Do y'all think that black would look good on, because I want to use this marker again and I don't have another color in it. Do you think black will look good on this like sage green color? Let me know what you think on that. I got a little bit. I've got graphite paper where I could do the digital dust design on here. Or I could just freehand. What do y'all think? Y'all look at this one. I'm obsessed with this one. I'm not going to do this one on a live because it's so long, but this was one of my favorite ones that I did this week. Okay, y'all think the black would look good? I'm going to try it. What if we do, oh, and then this one, I liked this one too. So another thing I wanted to tell you in digital dust is these were requests that were made. So there's a whole request section. If you are a Digital Dust subscriber and have not recognized that yet, make sure that you put in your request for the next month, because all you give me is the words and then I come up with a design for them. So this was really fun. And I love that because it lets me know it's something that you want. Okay, how about we do great things never come from comfort zones, and we talk about how you can do this. Do you think I should, let me know, do you want me to freehand this or go with graphite paper? I feel like for my, actually, I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to just go for it with the graphite paper so that I can talk more. But all the graphite paper is going to do is lay down the bones. So I'm going to put the shiny side down. And then this on top. I'm really nervous about this black on green, but we're going to try it out. Okay. And I'm going to do this super quick so that we can have more time focused on the lettering, but this will just help me see, even me like knowing I created this design, but having bones laid down when I go in to make a sign is so helpful. But we can still show how to letter with these bones, because this is just laying out the design, and then you're still going to have the knowledge on where to go heavier and have those downstrokes. All right, here's a fun little banner. I'm going to come across. How has y'all's week been? While I'm lettering this, y'all talk to me. Did you do anything fun for Labor Day weekend? We went to my husband's dad's, and they have a really big pond. It's amazing. It's like a 5-acre pond. And we took the boys fishing, and they caught a bunch of fish and had so much fun. And there's always there's always good food when we go over there too. So they had grilled ribs and burgers and hot dogs. So we had us a great time. Did y'all do anything fun? I'm going to add in these accents too, because it's just helpful to have that guide. Yeah. Here we go. And then when you are using this, if you are not comfortable where those downstrokes go, you could stay like all to the right so that you remember, like every time you come in, you go to you fill in on the right, or you can just kind of do it. And then here's my thing. I get asked a lot, how do I know which side to thicken? And I always say that it really depends on your bones, because all you want to do is make those letters balanced. You don't want to stress out too much about left or right. You just want to be able to eyeball, like look back and say, is it balanced? You don't want your eye to pull too far on one letter or the other. You want to be able to keep it balanced all around. Here we go. And I love just adding that little accent to my Z's. And then this graphite paper, it may be smudgy on the edges when I lift this up, but it can all be erased. So that's good news too. Okay, here as I pull this up, you're going to see those guidelines. So you see a little bit of smudge here from that graphite paper, but it's all good. But look, wouldn't you feel confident if you were not freehanding and you just saw this? Like that is already giving you such a good template. So that will help me be able to talk to you too as I do this. All right. So I'm going to come back in with that Faber-Castell marker. By the way, it's dual. It has a thin tip on one side. So for instance, what I love to use the thinner tips for is like, let's say I had this big design, but then I have like in that other one, I have a scripture reference. Let me grab it. So like, see right here, I've got the number 6, 24 through 26, or right here, this Matthew 5:9. So I may use the thicker side for the whole design, but then for the scripture references, or if you have like a tiny part in another design, then that is what those dual brushes are very good for. So I'm going to come in and start with this print grate. And just like with the, oh, sorry, my face is all on the camera. Just like with the calligraphy that I teach print, I go the same way. I just kind of come down on that downstroke and make it a little thicker too. So, Judy, the name of this one is Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen. And I got it from the Faber-Castell website. I can get you a link for that. All right. Or you can Google it. But it's kind of a weird name. Like, look, let me see if I can show it to you. Can you read that? Faber Castell. I had never heard of it. But if you just tuned in, I said my friend Jennifer, she uses these, and she's a door hanger maker. Let me get closer. And she uses these on her door hangers. And that's what I told her. I said, hey, girl, I'm going to buy that because you make it look so good. And her Facebook is called Canvas Sign Designs. Patty, I will link it up after. Or you can Google this name of this pen. But oh my goodness, y'all, it's not paint. It's a marker. It says it's got rich India ink or something if you read the website. So I am super impressed. And by the way, I'm loving the black on the green. It's much better than I thought it would look. Okay, so I'm going to come in on these bones, come up, and then I still, even though it's the not paint and it's ink, I'm still going to take it letter by letter so as not to smudge anything. Okay, how do you keep from smudging the graphite as you're going over it with the pen? So what I do is I lightly touched. I don't know if you really probably couldn't tell if you watched the replay though. I am not like putting all of my hands all over it because everywhere you touch it could come across. So for instance, right here, it smudged a little. I must have been pressing right here. But the good news about that graphite paper is I have a big pink eraser. And when I get done with this design completely, I can come in and erase that. So I'm not super stressed about the smudges, but I don't want a ton to erase. So the lighter that you press with that graphite paper, the better. All right, I'm going to come across with this H and down, and then here and here. So see here, I went to the left and right because I just wanted to keep that thickness balanced. Might even come down a little there. And then here on the H, I want you to notice how this is the hardest part in my in-person lettering classes. So here's an extra tip. Whenever my students are in my class in person, this is what they always struggle with on H's. Let me show you. Sorry to break from the sign real quick. But they do, and this is a total scrap sheet of paper. Actually, you're going to need bigger than a pencil to be able to see. So this is what they would do. You cannot do that because there's no way when I come in to add the thickness, sorry, that's so far away, but when I come in to add the thickness, that is going to look like a thick, hot mess. So we need to space it out. And actually, whenever I'm teaching in person, and I say this on the online class too, I say, let's do like this and let's V it out. Because now I have space right here. So see that dot I put? That's going to give me space to have a definite upstroke and downstroke. So I'm going to come in here and here. And when I do that, there's still space. But if I try to do that over here, let's just see what would happen. Okay, and then it's just not as, it's just, yeah, you got to give yourself space. So even a B, like if you're doing a B, you're going to come around, you're going to V it out and come over. Okay. Down, down. But I have the space to do that. Okay. Back to the thing. Let me now this is just an Amazon basic Sharpie. Y'all know I love those. I use them all the time. So Judy, this color is called celery. I love it. Love it, love it. I got it from Walmart. Those are Waverly chalk paints from Walmart. Okay. So here on this H, come down here, but you see that definite upstroke and downstroke. All right. For I, I'm just going to thicken up both sides till it looks good and balanced. Here, here, up and down with a thicker downstroke. Okay. Oh, good deal, Patty. I'm so glad to hear that. So she said she uses graphite paper with her Bible journaling, and seeing this gives her inspiration. So that is a great idea with Bible journaling. What pens do you use, Patty, in your Bible journaling? And I ask because I love these combo hard tip pens. They do not bleed on my Bible pages, and that's a big deal. So do you have a different one that you use that you could recommend to us? And some of you may not write in your Bibles. I write in my Bible a lot, mainly, you know, when I'm listening to a sermon or I'm reading scripture and a certain portion stands out. But I also have like one of those Bibles that allows for that. Like I have a whole side thing, and I'm sure Patty does too if she's doing Bible journaling. Okay, let's go ahead. I want you to see on the paper where the thickness is. What did I do with my little guide? I guess it fell off. I'm not gonna be able to do it, but I'm gonna have some little bit of thickness here on this downstroke. Come around. And yeah, I just want to have that part right there a little bit thicker. Okay, and notice I got out a little bit. I can come in and, well, you probably can't tell, but I got out of the lines a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to come in and cover it up, or I could wait till the end and erase the line. And don't be afraid to turn your project around just to get whatever done you need to done. So, okay, and then I'm going to come in, and I'm not going to go all the way across. That way I can focus on these letters without worrying. But here, I'm just going to add some thickness to the downstroke there. Y'all, this marker is awesome. And I think another thing that's making it awesome is that I don't have to worry about keeping the paint flowing. Like there's no pressing with this. It's just a straight up marker. But you can use it for your signs. Very cool. Okay, down and over. Adding just a little bit of thickness to the downstrokes. So if you have never, ever picked up a pen to letter, then I highly recommend my lettering class called I just posted it. Beginners, Hand Lettering for Beginners Masterclass. That's what I've named it. So you will go through everything you need to know to learn how to letter, because you are not going to just get, a little bit here and there. It's going to go through every letter 3 different ways, lots of words, double letter connections that sometimes give people trouble. Okay, I'm going to lay this down to get this part going. And it goes through lettering layouts and all the things. And I would just love, love, love to teach you, because my favorite thing to do is to take someone who has never lettered before and take out the intimidation for them. And say, look, you can do this. Because here's the thing, your handwriting does not determine whether or not you can hand letter. It is like wearing 2 different outfits. Your handwriting is one thing. My handwriting, look. Oh, look. Well, I don't really know what I've got in this notebook. But let's see. I don't really know what all's in here. Now, there's my kid's handwriting. So I won't just show you. But anyway, handwriting is so opposite of hand lettering. Hand lettering is drawing the letters. So, oh, that is so funny. Cheryl, I didn't even see your comment asking that whenever I first started talking about it. She just asked, can you hand letter if you don't have pretty handwriting? Okay, I guess I will show you some, because, look, let's see. What can I show you? What can I show you? All right. I mean, I guess you could say I have neat handwriting, but okay, this is something that I did for the kids where I was like, today is, and they had to write Thursday because I told y'all we homeschool. So sometimes I do little things like this for them to have check boxes. And yes, my kid was checking backwards, and I wondered if he was dyslexic, but this was like last year and things are better now. But okay, so, I mean, this is my handwriting, but I feel like this is me trying to be super neat because I needed my son to be able to read it on his own. If I am running quickly, it's going to be like, I don't know, like that. So it's not that you have to have neat handwriting. I mean, I guess you would say mine's not terrible, but you don't need good handwriting. You need to be able to take instruction and know like what strokes to take to make your hand lettering look good. So for instance, a C is going to probably be the easiest one. So let's do this. So we're going to draw it out. So you just draw a big C, and then you come down and you add in thickness on the downstroke, and it just came to life. So I like to say that the letters have bones and a body. So we're going to draw the bones here, and then we're going to add the body. And then we're going to draw the bones here. Look at this, V'ing it out, giving ourselves lots of space. So I just drew the bones, and then I'm going to come in and add some body on that downstroke. See that? And then here, but I'm leaving that space. But watch, that just made that M come to life. So what do you think, Cheryl? Does that look like something you could do? I think you could. All right, so we're going to come around, down. That's a fun F, and then we're going to come down on the downstroke again. So another thing I say in the class is just retrace in a new place. But what's cool about the class is, let's say you don't like the way that this F is done. I'm going to show you 3 different ways to letter the same letter, and you get to find the style that you like the best. So this is more of like an old school cursive F, but there are other ways to do F with modern calligraphy. So the name of this marker, Anna, is a Faber-Castell marker. Here, I'll let you do that, and you can screenshot if you want to look it up. It's called a Pitt Artist Pen Dual Marker. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Sherry is Joyful Journey Art, and she has taken the class, and she is really good. By the way, y'all should follow her because her art, like, she does more than hand lettering. Like, she's learned hand lettering recently, but her artwork is amazing. You really are talented, Sherry. All right, I'm going to come in and give that O some life. So we're going to come up, over. And for the R, I'm going to come down here because that's kind of like where it would go down, and here. So see how we're just bringing that to life? Okay, Mary says, I've watched a lot of hand lettering videos and have learned more in the few minutes I've watched you than any of them. You give me hope I could learn this. Yes! That is so awesome. Okay, Mary, I just want to take a second. Thank you for taking the time to write that out, because I know that, like, it's easy to just watch lives and watch them on autopilot and not comment. So, like, you really don't know how grateful I am for you to just take the time to write that out and let me know that, because that is why I'm showing up in this way. I want to take out the intimidation. And so you just pumped me up. So here I'm going to come down and up and then come down again. We say what? Retrace in a new place. And look at that thickness and how pretty. So here I'm going to come around. So are y'all cool? Like, I'm going to share a few ways that you can work with me if you want to continue learning. And I'm going to keep talking about how to do this. So yes, Cheryl, you do. So there's a few ways that you can work with me if you want to continue learning with lettering. I have a subscription for these, I call it digital dust. So I have a subscription for these digital dust designs where you get 10 new templates every week. I mean, no, scratch that. 10 new hand lettered templates a month. But here's what's cool. When you join, you automatically get access to 300. Now we're at 370 designs, I think. So it's like a library. It's not just you get 10 and then, you get 10 more each month. You have automatic access to our digital dust library. And so if you want to immediately start practicing with designs, you can do that. And honestly, I started that subscription for a whole other reason, and it still can be used for that. So I have these, you get them in an SVG format. I started it for people who had Cricuts, who did not, or like silhouette machines, the vinyl cutting machines that did not want to really learn to letter, but they could still use hand letter designs. So that's why I started it. But what I've ended up noticing is that a lot of people are joining just to practice with the templates. So honestly, you can do multiple things with that subscription. But that's one way you can work with me. And that is at digitaldust.learnwithdanielle.com. Or I have a one-time hand lettering class for beginners that is available at beginners.learnwithdanielle.com. Whoa, can y'all hear that? It sounded like a helicopter. I'm sorry, I got super distracted. It sounded like a helicopter was like about to land in my yard. I don't know if y'all could hear that. Kind of freaked me out. I'm sorry. I was just like waiting on the chopper to land in my yard, looking out the window. Sorry. Okay. Wonder if the president was flying over. All right, here we go. What was I even saying? I have a hand lettering class. Cynthia, yes, someone just told me that I could get white graphite paper. And the next time I use it with a white paint pen, I will definitely be using white graphite paper. I got to go to Hobby Lobby though and get that. Okay, so the hand lettering class is what I've been kind of talking about, but it's just a one-time thing. If you are not into a subscription format, you can get the hand lettering class, but you never lose access to it. So on the link beginners.learnwithdanielle.com, I know that's a good point, Candace. They might be looking for somebody. I live out in the middle of nowhere, so I don't think so, but you never know. Actually, I mean, I guess we do have a prison close by. Oh, nobody escaped from prison. Oh my goodness. Okay. But you have access to all the modules forever. So you can go in and learn it. Honestly, I feel like you could digest the whole class in a weekend's time, but it's 7 modules that walk you through all the letters of uppercase and lowercase, all the print letters, all the numbers, banners, lettering layouts, like how did I come up with this? So we have a brainstorming session on how do you lay out your lettering to know where, like, when am I going to do the print letters? When am I going to use the bigger words? And just how do I come up with, like, okay, here would be a good spot for a banner, those sorts of things. So the class is like a one-time thing, but you get to keep it forever. And that one is a great option too. So there's Digital Dust and then hand lettering for beginners. Oh, and another way you can work with me is my book, the book. And there's actually, like, if you go to check out on the lettering class, you can add on a book. But this is my Lettering for Absolute Beginners workbook, and it has lots of projects in it. It has very, very detailed instruction. This one actually teaches you how to letter 5 different, 5 different styles. So you have, like, see how on these tabs it says uppercase 1? So this is like the uppercase 1, and then there's a lowercase 1. Let me find that. So your numbers match the style. So, like, okay, this is a lowercase 2. Here's an uppercase 2. So you can see, let me find the A and show you how they kind of go together. Oh, this is one of my practice books that I tried to teach someone in, and that was their work. So actually, let me do that real quick. Let me show you. Let me show you one of these. Since this is a book that I'm not going to be selling, I can show you. So my favorite pen to use in the book is different from what I just used on the sign. It's called a Tombow. Look, this word, I just always say Tombow. Yes, Linda, let me do that right now. Okay. digitaldust.learnwithdanielle.com. Okay. Judy, thank you for saying that. She said the book is worth every penny. So, Sherry, these are my favorites. And look, I always say Tombow hard tip pen because I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it says Fudensuki. I'm not joking with you. I can't get it close enough. Can y'all read that? It's like F. It's got to be like a Japanese type word because you see all these Japanese letters, but it says Fudenosuke, and I can give you a link to this too. So I'm going to show you. Let me do here. I'll do this J, and it's kind of far away, but hopefully you can see. So what I do in the book is I give you the bones, and I have little bitty arrows. Y'all see these arrows here? The arrows are going to show you the exact motion that my pen took when I was creating them. And then I show you on these little arrows what side I added thickness to. And then here is where I added the body. So if you didn't know, the reason there's another one here in light gray is for tracing. Dana, yay, I'm so glad. Okay, so the tracing is to give you muscle memory, because another thing that you can do with these digital dust designs is you can trace them to get the feel. So I used tracing paper in my last live to show you how to do that. So if you missed that and that's something you're interested in, definitely check that out because it will help you with muscle memory. And that is what these are for. So this is just like a mini version of this. All right. So I'm going to come in on the J and I'm going to take those same strokes down, around. Oh, I was trying to go up and not realizing it went down. But then I'm going to come in where I saw those downstrokes, arrows, and then here, and then you fill it in. So you come in and you fill that in and it brings it to life. I'm sorry that's so far away. Let me see if I can do a little bit closer. Hold on. Let me see. I'm going to pick another letter. So that was lowercase 2. Let me do a uppercase 2. Uppercase. Lowercase, uppercase. Oh, they go right. Okay, gotcha. Hold on. Lowercase 3. Where is lowercase 2? Oh, y'all, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to go in right here. Oh, look, that's a pretty one. Let's do this G. Okay, let me get closer. Okay, bleed through watercolor paper. Do these? I feel like these would not bleed through watercolor paper. Have you tried? Oh, but you said they're water-based. I don't know. Okay, let me know on that. So on this G, I'm going to just take the steps. Sorry, I didn't plan on using the book in this live, so I had to like readjust everything. But I'm going to come around. I'm going to do the style that's right here. So there's the bones. And then I can tell this pen's a little bit dried out. I need to grab another one. Seeing if I had one close by. That's okay. I'm going to come in where, see how I went down right here? I'm going to come in and add some thickness on this side. And I want you to notice that I am not scribbling. I am retracing in a new place because if you get in there and you start coloring in, it's going to get messy and bad. So don't do that. But then I'm going to look over here. See, I went down on this one. So I'm going to come here. And then you do kind of curve into the upstroke sometimes because you want to be able to not have it obvious that you made a transition. So notice how those were just 2 places, 1, 2. But look what it did. It brought it to life. So that's how simple it can be. Draw out a letter. Ask yourself, where did I go down? And then retrace in a new place on that downstroke. So that was like, that is my hand lettering class in a nutshell, but you get very much like a longer detailed, like working through each letter, working through connecting letters for words and all the things with that. And then in the book, you get projects where I show you step-by-steps. Let's see. Like here's a step-by-step on doing a gift bag and drawing it out with a General's charcoal pencil first, and then like to lay out your bones, and then coming in and doing the calligraphy on the pen. Oh, and then there's lots of, like here's the breakdown. So you have the bones, adding the body, adding the downstroke, and then filling in the body. Oh, one last thing, and then I'm going to let y'all go because I got to get off of here. But the last part of the book that is my absolute favorite part is this. In the very back, there are some trace and frames. And if you notice, this is perforated. So you get to trace this out after you feel, look, creativity takes courage. So you got to have some courage whenever you take this class. But you will tear these out, and this is framed to an 8x10 size. So you can actually frame it. Life is better when you letter. Yes, it does have the whole alphabet. I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. So I've got some more of these, and then there's some art that's ready to frame. So this is artwork that I've just added in as a special gift to you, but you will just tear that out and it's ready to frame. And if you don't know me, if this page is completely new to you, I am a Christian that puts faith throughout all of my products. So even in my online lettering class, we're probably going to be lettering some scripture. Actually, it's been a little while since I recorded it, but I think I remember we letter at least one scripture and one hymn. So the reason I'm bringing that up is I do have some reviews where people are like, you didn't have to bring faith into it. And I'm like, well, I kind of did. I kind of did because it's just going to flow out of me. So I don't want you to be surprised. Okay, so let me show you what I mean by yes, there are alphabets. So I'm going to have to pull this back a little more again. So there's 5 lowercase and 5 uppercase. So you actually get 10 full alphabets. So you have the lowercase 1. Okay, and each section, I guess I should break this down. So each section of lowercase 1 is going to have every letter showing the instruction and giving you practice area. And then, not only that, after your lowercase 1 is done, you get to have a whole page of I give you the bones. You get to retrace those bones and then come in on the downstrokes and you add the body. So that gives you more, more practice of that muscle memory. Okay. And then over here is that same alphabet, but now you're going to go for it 100% on your own. So, but you have a visual, because I do best when I can look at something and then try to recreate it. So that's why you have that. You have a visual to help you, and then you just try to see if you can do it by yourself. Okay. And then you're going to be taken to the uppercase 2. So you have, why is it like that? I do not remember doing it like that. I feel like, is this a misprinted book? And that's why I used it. I thought it was lowercase 1, lowercase 2. I feel like this is a misprint because it should be. Y'all are seeing me very confused. Sorry. Well, thank you, Leanne, for saying that. Somebody, if you have the book, grab your book. Did my printer people mess up? I'm so confused by that. Why would it go lowercase 1 to uppercase 2? I might have to reach out to my publisher and say, what's up? Or check it against another book, because I don't have another book in here. But they're all in there. They just might be out of order. That's what I'm confused about. So easier calligraphy. Yes, I say this is easier because you do not have to worry about the pressure that you apply. You're just drawing a letter and adding in thickness. So you will get 5 lowercase alphabets, 5 uppercase alphabets, but they match each other. So lowercase 1 will match uppercase 1, lowercase 2, uppercase 2. And then you will have, not only do you get alphabets, but in the back, you get words. Hold on. Here we go. So I have common words. I teach you about bounce and how to add some bounce to your lettering and make it, I like to say, make them dance, make your letters dance, because modern calligraphy is really flowy. And I hope to be able to make you confident. I hope that. So my book has them together. Rachel, this must be a misprint. Thank you for checking that. That is so strange. Unless I've torn out pages, but I have not. Now I'm super nervous. I need to go check the last batch that I ordered. So here I drew out the word, added in the downstrokes, and then here's where I added the body. So I give you space to try that all the way across. So these are common words. And yeah, lots of common words. And here's what I recommend. You can also do this. Look, if you have a book, y'all, here's a hack. I used it in my last live for these digital dust designs, but you can use this on the pages. Look, get you some tracing paper. Here's what it looks like in the package. Right here. It's just a pad tracing paper, and then you can tear it out like this and lay it over the top, because one of the things I hear a lot is, I don't want to mess up the book. I'm too nervous to write in it. Grab you one of these. Now it does, this feels different than a paper. It's a little bit smoother, but watch this. I can come in, I can do my bones, and this is what's going to help you with that muscle memory of feeling what it feels like to make those letters. And then, well, I guess I could have done it on this, but I know where the downstrokes go. But if you don't know where the downstrokes go, then do this one, and then you're going to come in, add your thickness, do this real quick, and then you can lift it up to see what you've completed and what you've done. So, oh, parchment paper, Becky, Did not know that. Okay. Beth said the order is, oh, Kyrene, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I see what you're saying. Digital Dust does not have alphabet. To get the alphabet, you would have to have my online lettering class, the beginners.learnwithdanielle.com. It does come with worksheets. It comes with worksheets of the uppercase and lowercase, not as much as this, but it does have one set. It has one style of uppercase and lowercase, and it comes with some guided traceables like this. Let's see. So Becky says the order is first upper, first lower, second upper, second lower. That's how it's supposed to be. Y'all, look at this. I cannot believe this. And I'm really nervous. So this is, look, uppercase 1, lowercase 1. Okay, good. But watch. Then it went uppercase 2. Okay, you're saying that's right. Lowercase 2. Okay, wait a minute. Uppercase 3, lowercase 3. So it's not wrong. All right. I'm feeling real dumb. Y'all, okay, I think I put this book. Let me see when I wrote this book. Was I just like not seeing it right earlier? I'm so sorry. I don't remember what year this book come out. Hold on. 2020. We're going to blame it on 2020. That's what year. Okay, so it's right. There you go. So don't have any doubts. You grab it. So if you go to beginners.learnwithdanielle.com, you can get the class and do this as an add-on. Or if you would just like the book, you can find it at imperfectdust.com. Dana, I'm sorry, I don't know what page number, what you were asking. I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna hop off of here. I've got an engagement I have to be at 12. So thank you for tuning in. If you just hopped on and you don't know what we did, I'm gonna show you real quick. If you want to catch the replay, you can make that decision. So we hand lettered this little sign freehand. Choose joy. I love that yellow and black. I feel like it is so pretty together. It reminds me of a beehive. I just love the bees, that trend that's going on right now. And then the great things never come from comfort zones we did with graphite paper. But all of them were done with this new Faber-Castell pen that I got in. And it was a recommendation of my friend Jennifer over at Canvas Sign Designs. So definitely give her a follow. And because I want to thank her for recommending this pen. She is a great friend of mine. And she's a very, very sweet, sweet lady. You will love her too. Okay, Lori. Oh, thank you. Lori highly recommends the book and class. Thank you. All right. I will see y'all next Wednesday at 11 a.m. and we'll have a new project. All right. Bye.